Cool. Why phone not work? Live stream should be active. Let's hear how it sounds. Hey Abraham, how you doing? I'm not back with my computer. Message retracted. I'm not back with my computer though. I am back just with a computer, so you know. Yeah. Oh, it's not my computer, but it does its job, right? That being said, I've actually got to turn something on to make sure that it doesn't do too much. Performance mode, just so my computer is not being eaten at all. I answer in absolute live time. But yeah, at the moment I'm not back completely. It's a different computer, but I'm playing the same game. What's that? Yuga? It's the painting lady. I might should not be here. I really shouldn't even be on this particular game mode. I went from I went from just doing the normal quest, and then I got bored of it because I've done it like 17 times. So now I'm on like the hero adventure map, which means every enemy is about as hard as they can get at this point. It's absolutely fantastic. And now my wife is in there. Please don't. Oh no, I killed the boss. Whatever. Hey, I'm at 2,000. Hang on, playtime 14 minutes. I didn't do this in a quick enough time to be able to make this happen. 14 minutes. 14 minutes, 31 seconds. Literally, let's just try to do this. Which one was it? Was it this one? Where is he? Almost done. There's no way I can get this done within the allotted time. Yep. I assumed that was past 15 minutes, in which case I... Oh! I got the clothes! Was it a gold, or was it was just a regular battle win? Okay, I was going for gold. I shouldn't have even been here, but I guess, I guess dude gets himself a new pair of clothing. I mean, it was, now I'm curious. What could Low Rule Link, also known as whatever his name was, I forget again. Okay, we're done with that. I just want to see what he looks like in it. Oh, I got B on damage taken and a B on clear time. Anything past 15 minutes or anything under 2,000 kills is automatic B. I'm still not entirely sure which one's on damage taken. Maybe it's up to 100, but I still haven't been able to upgrade all of the stuff for these guys. That being said, they're getting... It's a Tingle! What the fuck? I could buy more hammers. Use it to hit wooden posts. Wooden post anywhere? No, but there is that one thing over there, that guy. Okay. But that's a secondary hammer for this guy. I'm just playing a game to pass the time. I thought, you know, other people would like to see it. I've got challenge, and I could do boss instead of battle. The challenges is just for rupees specifically. And I've gotten pretty far in legend mode, but I don't know, I just don't feel like doing Ganon stuff. Dude's chill, just not what I'm looking for. Until I'm able to actually put out content, this is kind of what we're stuck to. I mean, I could just go and I could try and make the best content that I can. Just didn't want to put the work down for it, though. Enemies are hidden and must be revealed, which requires one of those harps all the way up there. How would I get to it? I think I can unlock Tingle from up there. I can't really see his costume until I get him. There's Skull Kid. Dope ass bro to be. Well, I guess I can't get the... Unless I could. I can't. So I have to go here. This is the costume that I want to get, but I have to go all the way up here to get that, to unlock the enemies here, to get the water bomb. This isn't a water bomb, is it? Walls and boulders. I need the armband, which is in the purple. Oh, it's right in front of me. And I have not leveled up Daruni at all, and I feel like I genuinely shouldn't. Sometimes new combo. Y X. Filling slightly faster is usually a good idea. Second special gauge, and obviously I'm gonna need to go back through and get all of these. I might as well just go ahead and get these. I mean, dude isn't going anywhere, and I've got all the pieces. I'm gonna get plenty more doing this. It's guard. Okay. I don't want to run out of these things too soon. Oh, second one. Cool. 33. 32. 31. It's going to take forever to get all the way back up to like 900 some with all of these. I remember when the game first came out, I actually did play it religiously. Well worth every minute too. You know, I don't really feel like using Aerolphos leather on powering up these things. I usually almost never use those, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let it be. He's only level 1. That being said, I need to know what type of weapons he does have. Just got a level 1 there. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark this one. That one's got fire and stars. Strength attack to 1. I don't really need that, but 3 might be a good one. Fire, and that one is locked. Usually means a good thing. It's 104. There's stars on that one, but it's basically peak bottom level. At least that one does damage. Strength attack 3. I could give him a bit of a boost here. At least to level 10. That gives him 100 strength compared to the usual. Meaning, even if I were to use this weapon, it would be well worth it. It would work out pretty good in my favor. It's been a while since I've actually had to do calculations on these types of things. Which one was the number 3? And then we've got the dizzy spin. I personally never wanted to be involved with drama at all. 3, 4, and then this one. Good enough. Give me the fairy. I'm gonna need that later. And now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a good level right there. Okay. I just wanted to play games. This makes me happy. Being happy is the best reason to do anything. 3, 4. They have invaded well enough, I see. And, hang on. The water element is up there, so I might just let these guys take... You know what? I'm okay to take damage in this one. I'm going to need it for the other one, because the other one has the boss in it. That makes things happen the way that it does. Yes, I know we're taking damage in here, but once I reach a certain level of damage taken, should be good. It's the water damage that it's not having an issue with. There. There he is. Yeah. There is, however, something I wanted to make clear. Zorba has recently been using his talents of pissing people off to actually find and do it to people who really deserve it. One, two, three. Okay. Good levels. Oh. Honestly, I think that's a good use of his talents, though. Whatever, I'll just use another one. Oh, I'm friends with those things. That's crazy. I generally hope there is room for a better tomorrow today. Through everything that I've witnessed, everything I did not know that I was going to be a part of, and this I hope is the last time I even speak of it, because at this point I don't think it matters, but a better tomorrow for today is exactly what everybody tries to work for. You got people in the army and stuff, and sure, their contributions help to a specific country. They're doing a part to keep the country safe as much as they can. And everybody else is just trying to make it to where the country can run. I always think I'm gonna dislike playing as somebody until I actually play as them, and then I'm just like, you know, this person ain't so bad. Besides, stream has got good frames, game's coming along nicely. Maybe, if only for a bit, we'll actually have peace on Earth. Oh, oi, 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 yeah. Oh, that sounds like. Hang on, I need. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I see the garbage kids are back. Oh. These kids are a part of the Lee shit. Anyway. Good luck with your shit, kids. Why does everybody try to pretend like it's their business what happens to a child? My kid is my business and she's doing just fine. She is being protected and taken care of by her mother. The fuck is wrong with you retards? I mean, I know what's wrong with you guys, but whatever. I don't know. You think you're funny or something? That's cool. Either way. The entirety of YouTube already sees you for what you are, so it doesn't matter. Da, 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 da. Wow, I didn't know there was a summoner in all of this. I love how somehow I attracted those accounts that like to spam stupid stuff. Like, seriously, what did Jacksepticeye or Mark or whoever it is you make those stupid same generic videos on every single account, what did they ever do to those specific people? I feel like it's all run by the same idiot. Same idiot that still can't do anything. Who is the summoner? And where is this dude? I thought I'd assumed that he was here. At the very least, they wish they could get to me. It's funny to see. Yo. I can do this within the allotted time. Yes. I got this. Come on, come on. I think I did it. So those YouTubers are no better than Venusian himself. Honestly, at this point, it's just kind of pitiful to watch. All of these people. Advanced to Destination 1. Defeat all enemies. Oh, easy. No extra chest today. What are these guys gonna do? I mean, you can tell they're still watching. But I don't know. You just expect a lot more from people who think they're smart. That is absolutely amazing to hear. This is the game that I choose to play. If you're bored, be bored. You guys just want to keep coming back with new accounts? Once again, just know you're protecting literal pedophiles, okay? If they're telling you to come over here to this channel and say the things that you're currently saying, just know who you're protecting right now, who you are talking about. Lee is such a childish stalker. Dude's got some issues mentally. Can't get in contact with me. Where's your skills at, man? Thought you'd be able to track down a way to contact me. You can try. What's the point in literally listening to people say the same thing over and over again? Not enough accounts in the world to try and take me out, man. Keep trying. Also, you say add us. You and pretend Zwilo. Nobody's scared of you, man. Not a single person is scared of you. Alright, cool. Whatever you think. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, this still don't seem to be dead. I guess you're wrong. That's great. That's amazing. You know what I don't get? The point. All's fair in love and war. Also, Zwilo. Yeah. Zwilo. Please, for the love of everything, shut the fuck up about the kid thing. Uh-huh, sure you do. Also, could you just fuck off? Out of every damn YouTuber, you decided to pick me specifically to go after. The fact that you think you have any power just amuses me. Yup. Yup. Oh, what in the fuck? Talking about killing kids now, huh? That's disgusting. Nukes, huh? I've listened to you speak. You are a child. An angry one. Very sad, very salty. Cool. If there's one thing you can never do, it's insult me. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors. It's a pretty good game. And also, I'm pretty sure you know Lee and that Zuilo account. It is repetitive at times, but there are hundreds of characters, and it's actually a really fun game, in my opinion. But not everybody can like the same games, and that's fair. What do you think about their attempts, Bag? Oh, hang on. It's got a variety of characters, a variety of costumes. This one's from Breath of the Wild, and I've currently got on the Master Sword as a weapon. It's got plenty of weapons and weapon skins. It is honestly just my favorite game to go through and unlock a bunch of things, because every single time you do, it just feels, I don't know, better and better. Also, Lee, I'm a boring ass guy to mess with, and I know that you can't find me anywheres in the world. So just just go chill. I know. I've been one to live my life off of the books, off of the internet. There is not a trace of me on the internet. There's nothing for you to find except a picture or two, and generally speaking, if you were to find anything, it would have had to have happened already. Only because you're one of the people that are like, I've got a cool game, tries to send a link to a game. But lo and behold, it's not a game. It's an account logger. It shows everything you've ever logged into. I just want you to know I don't have banks. I don't have anything that you could take from. I'm just saying, if you're a part of whatever they got going on. There is one piece of information out there about me, and I am surprised in all of this that nobody has found it. CSGO. I absolutely do play some CSGO. Of course, I have to set up quite a few things to play that game because those Russians, boy, do they like to try and get into your account. I don't know if you've seen it happen before, but something about games not being too well optimized makes it so much easier for people to actually get into your shit. It's not fun, but I do like CSGO, yeah. Oh, just so you know, this is just the game that I'm playing right now. Like, I do plan to play other games. I plan to get clips from other games, for sure. I gotta get back on my old editing habits. I used to actually be decent at it, and now I've learned a lot of editing things. Hang on, maybe that just shows how much I play Counter-Strike. Aha! I know. It's only certain people, too. A lot of times you don't well, I literally only encountered a single person who's been able to do that one thing. Other than that. And what's funny is they said there was basically practically nothing on me anyway. I usually go through and delete accounts that I've had before in the past, make sure that nothing's left over. What? Anyway, honestly, I haven't even attempted to try and look into Lee because I don't think there's anything that actually exists where, like, the same in that aspect. We just genuinely do not put our stuff online. Although they could be a better person. Well, I've only got a few unlocked so far. Let's go to, this one isn't limited to any specific character, so, like, it still keeps going to the right. These are only a few. This is, Marin from Ocarina of Time, and the Skyward thing? She's also from the Skyward. This is the Twilight Princess, or maybe she was from the Twilight Princess. This is the low rule Link. So the Link Between Worlds, there's actually another version of Link. He goes by Ravio and doesn't take off the bunny hat, but he's basically like the opposite. He's in it for himself. He wants money, but he has all of the utensils that the hero is supposed to find throughout his adventure. The stuff he would usually find, and he's like, hey, I'll sell it to you. He basically ran from his own. Skyward Sword. Probably. I don't genuinely know. I haven't played every single one of them, but on my computer I've downloaded Skyward Sword HD. And some of the other Zeldas. titles. So, you know, I'm going to be playing through it. Everybody knows Sheik. It's actually Zelda in a costume. It's Impa, but like a much more animated version. In fact, most of them are animated. This is Lana, which is the other half of Sia. So their story is basically Lana's the other half of Sia. Sia was made because of her obsessiveness over Link, and she wants to be with Link. But everybody knows, well, she thinks that Zelda and Link are going to end up together. Like together, but she wants to be together with him. So somewhere along the line, she actually split in half to play like a whole thing out, so she would end up with him. No. I have a lot of information in my brain about every game, every TV show I've ever watched, everything. Anybody I've met, anything I've looked into, the useless facts that I say in my Discord, because I'm bored, even though they are true. Also, I am still surprised you didn't know about the plastic. There's a lot that I'm still unaware of. Like I said, I haven't played the Twilight Princess or the Skyward Sword, but I think I've pretty much played a lot of everything else. This is Zant, and I think he made Midna an imp originally. And I think the Twilight Midna, which is the non-cursed imp form of Midna here, if you light plastic on fire and breathe that plastic in, even if it's in the air, yes, it can do damage to your lungs and or kill you. It just depends on how much you breathe in. I'm sure everybody knows Fi. I think Fi was like the least liked, and I think Midna was actually extremely liked. I don't know. I really wish I knew anything about Agatha, because she just kind of showed up for me and I was like, yeah, Fi would be from Skyward Sword. Fi or Fee? I don't know. I have no idea who this man is. Like, at all. Like, I couldn't even pinpoint anything. I've gathered some information who this is and where they're from, and this person, Wizro. But seriously, Volga? I don't know. I wish I could pin out who this man is. Agatha is some sort of bug princess. Yeah, she is. I think she communicates with them somehow. She mentions termites showing her a door opening trick. That she did, yeah. She's got a giant beetle in her arsenal that comes from literally heaven for some reason. I feel like I should know Girahim, but I mean, he's got to be from the same game that Zant's from. It would have to be, I think, Skyward Sword, right? Because people said that one was the most intense, or was it Twilight Princess? It would have to be Twilight Princess. These two, and Sia actually has Unmasked and Hatless, and they're supposed to be literally the same person. She has no costumes, but you unlock costumes as you go through. So like, you'll see a costume here, and there are weapons that you can get that are like level 1. They're supposedly level 1, but they're basically an upgrade to each and everybody's weapons. And Link has, there's just the regular main Link, he's got so many things. He's got gauntlets made of steel that he uses. you know how like he picks up those giant boulders and stuff like Ocarina of Time. He basically uses that to wield an unwieldable giant spiky ball. That's one of his weapons. And then you can get the upgraded version, which is a gold, and I think there's even more to it, but it just keeps going. And I've played on my computer for a really long time and still haven't gotten that far. Like I'm still on the verge of trying to unlock everything. And from this you get let's see here. There are fairies that you can get in these parts of the maps. This is like the ultimate Zelda game, goodness. Well, they recently made another Hyrule Warriors. It was like the 100 years before Breath of the Wild. At least it was supposed to be. But what makes sense to me is they said this game wasn't canon, but in this game, all the worlds literally collide together, you know? Which, in my opinion, is kind of exact. Like, Breath of the Wild has the elements of literally all the timelines, so I don't understand how this game isn't canon if this is the game that mashes the timelines together. It feels like the start of it. And I've often had the thought, we don't really see what happens to adult Link in the end of Ocarina of Time, so maybe they were training warriors and stuff, and Link was one of them, but nobody really knew his accomplishments between the two time-traveling kid version of himself and adult version, so the adult version trained in the army, not knowing he was actually a warrior, because the character that gets sent back in time, the kid Link, he knows what happens, but the adult Link, I don't know if he does. So I think this is like a continuation of the Ocarina of Time. This could be. It could be. It doesn't mean it necessarily is, but... And then there are hearts for specific people, and I still haven't unlocked all these other parts of the map yet, but there are weapons all over the place. And then these gold Skulltulas, they open up... They give you... It does have a story mode, yes. Oh, and all of these maps. That one map that you just saw was Adventure Map. They've got Great Sea from the Wind Waker, which I've played through a lot of it, and honestly, I can say for sure the rewards aren't that amazing. But then it keeps on going. Like, Lorule is where I'm currently at right now, and I want to be a part of it. I got the other Link, the Lorule Link from here. And there's somebody else called Yuga, who's actually the main villain of the game, Link Between Worlds. Right here. And I've got to get over there somehow, but right now I got a clothing for Tingle. I didn't really know who Tingle was. I still don't think I do. But this is like the ending place for all of it, and as you can see, it's 4+. Level 4+. So, like, these are extra weapons that are way advanced. They would probably be better than the Master Sword, but that's the thing that I'm using right now to get through most of these. But it's got a story mode. If you exit out of here, it's called Legend mode. And if you start from the start, this is where you see... I mean, I could just go ahead and show you, but then, you know, if you need to see it, you could always look up a bunch of things. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the first intro at the very least right now. Hopefully that's better. Can you hear it now, maybe? Okay, hang on. Oh. Of course you couldn't hear the game. Of course. It's because this thing isn't even set on. This is the device for Alright, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and put on an output. Should be pretty hearable now.
Hordes of monsters began laying siege to the kingdom of Hyrule. Princess Zelda led a valiant defense against hopeless odds. News of the Hyrulean army's imminent defeat reached the cadets at the knight's training yard. As the elite troops fell in battle, Hyrule's trainees were left to wait helplessly inside the castle walls. Despite the odds, one young knight took up his simple training sword and chose to fight. This brave young man was named Link.
Of course he was.
Compelled to act, he rushed to the monster-ridden battlefield to assist Zelda and defend Hyrule.
And this is where it all starts. Link starts here. He's usually in his training gear without the Master Sword. And you have to just keep on earning and leveling up. But as you follow the story mode, you'll actually get the Master Sword and some other weapons for some other people. But as of right now, I have a wide circular range of attack right now because the Master Sword has a bigger circle to it. While the other one, and you do this and you kill the enemies and you collect these ingredients and stuff. So like this right here, it's a material which will help you level up your character yourself or themselves. It's where you get your first fairy. I still haven't got my first fairy, but I'm not gonna lie, just sitting and playing this game day to day, it's nice. And you have to kill things like that. That guy right there who was right there. The bigger the enemies, usually they give you a drop. See, like that guy. He was like the commando. But then there's Lestalfos, the Redeads, which they're not actually Redeads, those are Gibdos. They've got two specific ones. They've got Redeads and Gibdos, which, despite what you think, are not actually the same thing. Or what you could not think. I don't know. I don't know how much you actually know about the lore, but it's basically theorized that Redeads are people of Hyrule experimented on by the Sheikah clan. So, people like Impa, who was in Sheikah type stuff. But it's apparently not good to talk about. Like, they literally swore it off. They'll never talk about it within the royal family. Because the royal family knew. That means Zelda and everybody knew about the experiments and people becoming these monsters. And here's Volga. It's the first person we meet, and I don't get it. Dude is cruising for a bruising with this one. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he stands absolutely. I always absolutely enjoyed the fact that they constantly had the scream on them. It honestly, no matter what anybody says, added to the feel of the game so much. I personally wouldn't have changed ever seeing that in my childhood. Sure, it's the creepiest thing. Whenever you're super young and have no idea what's going on, you just go into a wasteland and there are these things that are like, ah! Right into your face. So, generally speaking, for this game, I don't really know what a Gibdo is. Do you suppose you can turn down the game volume? No, it's a little bit too hard to hear you. That's why I have it at 40% usually. How is this? This is generally what I usually have it on, so people can still hear me. And I'm playing the game and talking at the same time. Should be perfect. At some point I'm going to have to, I mean, not right now, but at some point I'm going to have to go because I know my wife is going to need a break. Anyway. Don't we all need a break sometimes, right? Weapon was acquired, and then they throw the boulders right in here, trying to trap you, but it's basically just teaching you the basics of how to even play the game. And the grass, there are these green things that boost up the power. I still haven't gotten a fairy, so I couldn't even do anything with the green stuff besides use the ultimate power type stuff. So now I changed to her because it's showing you how to change characters and everything. And she's got some pretty cool powers herself. Like number 3, I label them by this. Whoop, let me just power up the blade. And then there's this. Oh no, I haven't upgraded her enough. Okay. I'm so used to every single time I replay through the game. I'm used to just having the stuff that I need. But she got the bows and the arrows, and she basically uses the Triforce as like a warding thing of power that kills everything. Zelda is like a better Princess Peach. She is. She dope as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. She the only princess we really know that actually kicks a little bit of ass in this game. It's hard to find that. But you know, she dressed as chic, so like, she's always kicked a little bit of ass. I think she might dress as Sheik to bear, like, it's what she probably dresses as and uses that specific name to bear what had happened in the past. When she goes into Sheik mode, she is basically saying, I understand what happened back then and I am utilizing it for good this time by bearing the name. You can make a whole world of theories on this, on these games, though. I'm personally not the person to talk to about it, though. I assume there are probably so many other people. Oh, there it is. At least I've unlocked something having to do with her thing. They're supposed to be. And then I shoot the thing, and then it uses one of these. You use the ultimate to power up the sword, so you can do the extra moves that you just saw there. Otherwise, it's usually just her, I don't know, shooting a bow at the ground? Like number 2 here. 1, 2, and then I use this and she goes up into the air and does that. There's a bunch of combos that could make the game better. Like, one of them I recently just found on this computer. I was looking at the combos and I was thinking to myself, that looks like a completely different thing from what I was doing. But basically, 1, 2, 3, you can use any of them, but basically after you do that, you get this extra thing that you can hold it down for, and you go instantly cut through things. It's absolutely amazing. I'm still learning things about this game as I play, like I'd never expected to. Oh, combos in games are my worst nightmare. Oh, then have you played Mortal Kombat Deception? There's probably still things in that game I couldn't do today. I mean, I beat it completely 100%. I used to have so much more hand-eye coordination, but when it tells you to do combos, it does not give you all the information. There was even a time when I pressed something completely different from what it told me to press, and it was the right thing to do, so I don't know that game. But its story was amazing. I really liked it. Mortal Kombat Deception and Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Those are the two of the story modes that I remember vigorously. Old PlayStation 2 days. I mean, I was still young when they were out, when they first dropped. But not too young. When I was too young was back when I first saw the release of Diablo 2, I think? Because I always tried to get to play it on my mother's computer, and she didn't have the best computer either. I don't think anybody had the best computer back then. I don't play any Mortal Kombat games. Those games are, like, really violent. A bit too violent for you. Okay. And you know what? That's fine. They were probably too violent for me too. I just didn't pay my morals any mind. The only thing that I can hope, honestly, is that just because I played Mortal Kombat, I hope that it wasn't like... I hope morally that it wasn't wrong of me. But I have to say, the games were fun, and the characters never really died. Sure, it was violent, but they always came back or existed again. So, you know, I didn't really have any issues with the way that it went down. Place in mind here because there will be a magic circle. This is where, whenever you see this purple thing that you see in the top right of the map, this is where a fairy fountain is. So those people that are like, ho, 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 you can literally play as Link, but use a weapon that is one of the giant fairy people. And technically, she has Link in a bottle, so you're just straight up playing as the giant fairy lady. There is a horse for Link, the giant ball and chain that he uses the rock lifting gloves for. What else we got for this guy? He's got the magic fire rod. I don't... Oh, that might be from Link Between Worlds. All in all, I have to say, I may not play all of the Legend of Zelda games, but by far, when I got this on 3DS, I knew I wanted to play it on the Switch. And this is the Switch version. So, we got a Switch, and, well, I'm sure you can tell, I followed the guides and the steps to move the game from Switch over to PC. And so I have this specific... What's it called? Yeah, it's not as good, though. You don't have as many characters. Still a lot. Still a lot of combos. Still a lot of things that I never knew. But... Oh, I shouldn't have done all the other stuff. I'm gonna go with the Fairy Fountain. But what I really want to do is, see, so on the map right now, it's locked all of the gates. Except the one that enemies are coming from. Way over here on the side. And you're supposed to play as Impa to get over there to them. Impa is supposed to come over here and try and take them down. But, right quick, I'm gonna sneak past these guys. Well, I'll slightly sneak past them. I wanted to put Link in here because there are some treasure chests and stuff. Like, secrets are everywhere. You'll find weapons that shouldn't even be in the game there. Yeah, this stage is just some sort of territory control thing. Well, no, not really. Technically, I don't even have to get the stuff over here, but I do. I usually end up just going ahead and getting this stuff. It makes no sense for me not to, because you'll meet the big bad of the, well, what you'll be chasing and everything over in that little castle you see up at the top. Basically, whenever you come over here, and I don't know, I think I could get Link trapped back here. Let me see if I can. No, I can't. He's not trapped. The guy that you're going to be fighting against that you can unlock as a playable character is Wizro over there. And these are his movesets. He's got these purple things that make me upset at life. Every time you fight this dude, he does that specific move. That's the one that makes me upset. And you don't necessarily have to go back here and get all of these extra things that I'm getting, but usually it tries to lock this specific part of the stage off, even though there are plenty of enemies over here, even though you can fight them. Sometimes it's a stage control type gimmick, sometimes you are trying to kill more enemies than somebody else. Honestly, it varies. Sometimes you're trying to defeat multiple bosses in one go. There's that one level that I absolutely adore called Boss Rush. It gives you a lot of materials from each boss that you kill, so with that in mind, usually you play that level just so you can upgrade your character a little bit more. Link's also got the Rush. He's also got this one, which sometimes kills an enemy in like a single hit. There are probably other things I still have not figured out with him, but so far that's what I got. Can the characters you aren't currently controlling still get attacked? They can. They got health bars over there as long as you keep watching it, but usually in this first level there's nothing that can even damage them anyway. However, it does become a point later to keep your eye on their health, because you can run to them and heal them as the character that you're controlling. So if you've got like a character next to a character that's getting damaged too much and your character that you're currently playing is all the way across the map, you can swap to the character that's closest to them, heal them with that character, and swap back to the one that you're playing. I usually do that when it comes to Link. I just strategize with these types of things. I genuinely do not have to be back here. I don't have to get all these, but like I've said many times, I'm a completionist, at least in some aspects. A lot of times now, considering this is like my 17th time playing through it, and that's that includes 3DS. I've played twice through on the 3DS up to this point. But multitasking isn't something I'm good at. I feel like if I am playing this game, I won't notice a character losing HP until it's too late. Yeah, you gotta keep in mind the HP and the map and the enemies that you're currently fighting on whether or not they have a weak point diminished. Like, it's taken me... Well, you know, I play games for fun, so I've become more accustomed to that sort of stuff. But it did take me a minute before I was able to fully understand what this game was about. And there are still so many different things on all of those maps you saw, those adventure maps. Basically, there are a lot more extra parts to all of it. So, like, you'll have to keep in mind certain things where the map will be cruel against you because you won't have your specific type advantage, and each character has their own types. Did you know Young Link is actually a Dark Link based type thing? Because I was thinking about that, and it makes sense that whenever you are with Dark Link in The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time, that he could face the darkness in himself. This older Link is a light Link, so he's more or less his own thing. It's all kind of crazy. I just have a lot of theories about why they did things the way that they did. Honestly, they should hire me on as somebody to take care of, like, their inconsistencies in timeline swaps. There's a type... Hang on. There is a type advantages and disadvantage in this game. There is... Like I've said with my Pokemon thing, I literally just usually brute force my way through. Like, I don't even know if Link is the best option for this map. I've had no idea. And, yet I'll still use him, because he's got the 300 damage sword, and he's my most leveled character. So if Link can't do it, nobody can. So you're supposed to come here with Zelda. They're going to talk in the bottom left about how Zelda should leave, and that we've got the advantage, and I should use this thing, Great Fairy thing. But I've got to save up my weapons and stuff again. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever you get an extra leveled weapon of the Great Fairy, she doesn't actually look all that cool. She goes from like a Great Water Fairy to a Great Water Fairy that looks like she's been rolling around in the woods. This is the fairy that you can play as. Literally just her. And that is one of Link's weapons. She basically has him floating in a bottle in her hand as you control her and she stomps through the war-torn world. Wow, I had a lot of bombs on me. I watched that part before, but I just thought about it. I don't think all those equal that. But she's kind of creepy. Everybody's always said that throughout all of the games. But Twilight Princess, there is this, what is it called? The Forsaken? A Forsaken or something? That big black thing with the teeth and the toes that you have to smack. I genuinely think if there was anything terrifying, it would be seeing the Great Fairy go up against that thing. I wouldn't know who to root for. Although the Great Fairy. In the Ocarina of Time, I have actually watched a video recently where when Ganon attacks the castle or whatever and basically just gets to steal away Zelda. I don't know much about Twilight Princess other than the color saturation being kind of low. Yeah, it's apparently supposed to be... Well, it's actually supposed to be the more terrifying one of all the games. I can't believe I still haven't had an upgrade gauge for Link. Like, I'm gonna really have to farm for this dude. He does a yell whenever he shoots the fire. Oh, he did the yell and then decided to go ahead and do the blaze thing. So this is like Ocarina of Time. You basically just try and take him out. 1, 2, 3. I'm pretty sure I can kill this dude within the time. Yeah, like I literally did not have to use the weak points at all. Usually you do like a big finisher move that whenever you're a lower level doesn't usually finish him off, but at this level I don't even need to get to the finisher. Yes. Rated D for terrifying. And as you keep getting through each one of the levels, you keep getting these story things. This is where Link finally receives the green tunic, and it's apparently like a historical thing where she's like, be the person that was like the old hero. I trust you're willing to help me find Princess Zelda. She obsesses over Zelda for some reason. Yeah. I won it up good.
The Triforce is the harmonious union of power, wisdom, and courage. It has been the object of countless battles between the forces of light and darkness. Each time the Triforce fell into the clutches of evil, Hyrule was plunged into misery. But in every age, a hero, clad in green, would restore peace to the land.
Yep. As the usual.
During one of these dark times, the legendary hero split the spirit of evil into
I mean, they do have
fragments,
a voice. They usually go,
destruction.
In the cutscenes, they do have a bit of a voice as well. They usually just make that,
and space.
Those types
the final
of noises.
Fragment was sealed in a sacred
But the narrator is here to just
ground,
basically tell more of the story than the cutscenes are. It's always been this way. I know it's probably a little bit jarring, but at the same time, I've played it so much that that is the least unusual thing of all of this. So basically you start in Hyrule Fields, and then you go here and you're basically looking for Zelda, but then you get a tip from here because you're trying to get to Faron Woods. You get a tip from Sheik that there is a person here in Faron Woods, and it turns out to just be Lana. And I can't help you with that. And then you got Linkle. The female Link. Isn't that something? Her story is pretty cool too. Honestly, it feels like No, that was just that's like a pathetic thing to play. If you want to play anything, the first level is not. Yeah, but her story is pretty cool, and it is about like worlds that have been torn apart coming together and being mushed all into one. So basically, the only reason that this is here is because they said the game isn't canon. But they basically said that she does exist in her own parallel world, which is kind of what's happening here, is that you go to Farron Woods here, and then you get the Farron Woods for Linkle. I'll show you, like, the cutscene for Linkle and her whole thing. But she's got the bows and arrows. The crossbows from the Link's crossbow training type thing. It was a smart idea, though, them putting that in there. There has to be a male Zelda, yeah. Her cutscene is so much better than the other ones. Well, they're all pretty good. Honestly, I like them all. But she acts like an actual human, whereas Link is, like, straight-faced all the time. You got small guy and big beard dude. She does, she's like, yes! Oh, and the best part is she's doing this all for her grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother always told me that she thinks that because her grandmother told her and gave her that pocket watch, that the compass, my bad, that she's the legendary hero, quote unquote. See, there's the yes. And in her cutscenes after she's done fighting, she has no idea which way to go. She'll look at the map, be like, yes, and then run in the completely opposite direction. See? It's the best character development. But she somehow always gets where she needs to go.
She led a simple life, tending to her flock of cuckoos. Her name was Linkle.
Honestly, she needs to be canon.
Linkle had believed in her heart that she was the hero reborn. One day,
I recently watched what are they called, the basements or something, and they're modding Breath of the Wild, so they played as Linkle and Zelda, and honestly they're some pretty funny dudes.
Equipped with her trusty crossbows and the ancient compass,
her powers. Sorry, I had to skip that. I just need to show you some other things. She fights Skull Kid, but, you know, they basically act like they're old friends or something. What kind of powers does she have? She's a fire type. She's also got the weapon of boots. She's got winged boots that are pretty dope. And she basically just kicks things. And uses the power of wind. Or electric. She uses electric with the boots. I guess for speed? I don't know. But they're pretty cool. I still haven't gotten there in this game, but yeah, it's these chickens. Actually, if you're playing as anybody besides Linkle, you'll hit them. And the results are not pretty. Forget end-game bosses. I'm trying to figure out how to fight the chickens. The cuckoos. But to her, they're friends. Yeah, Linkle is the only one who can't damage them. She's friend to all cuckoos. So when they spawn on the map, you can't hurt them. Instead, you have to, like, bring them to a place where they can feed and get strong, so they'll call reinforcements and be your ally. Sometimes she can damage them, but that's only whenever she doesn't feed them and they flip-flop sides and just start attacking everybody. But, that is not my personal canon for her. I think that's just put into the game. I'd like to think she never has to hurt the Inklers, because if you don't go to them when they're attacking everybody, you technically don't have to hurt them, so I've never hurt them, and I don't plan to. Not as Linkle. She needs to keep her everything about her. She's best. Best Link. Like low rule Link, which is Ravio. Oh, see ya. I am super sorry. Aside from my actual edited content, I'm just a very, very simple man. I play my games until I am told to get off of the games and help. Speaking of which, do you need any help? Oh. That's good. Okay, thank you. Is she doing okay? You mean like Linkle? You're not much different from Linkle, you know. You like a little, I don't want to say gullible, but maybe, and not as an insult. Oh, hang on. Oh, you're not much different. Wait, hang on. I put it next to you on the bed. Yeah, your phone should be there. Sometimes simple is the best. I'm not much of a fun person to pick on because I know I'm protected. I've had way too many encounters, and by that I mean two. Two is already too many. So I've taken the time to literally learn everything about my computer system so I could just make sure that I'm the most protected human being possible. So I'm just really boring to pick on because I just don't care what people say. They might think they got something, but generally speaking, the only thing they can do is say the same thing over and over again, and even I know that itself gets boring too, so like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just saving us all the trouble here. My actually edited content and the stuff that I actually put my passion into is a lot better. This is more just for my own satisfaction. I like playing games and I like talking to people. It's very nice. Of course, it's not gonna bother me that people, you know, come in and say things. Generally speaking, I usually just put their accounts on ignore, but I don't know, I got bored of that. I get bored of a lot of things. Ditzy, that's the word. It's alright, we've all dropped a tray of muffins. I'm sure you can agree. And then we cried over them for a minute or two. Because, you know, me being who I am, I don't want to waste a single drop of food. So anytime I've ever dropped any food, I've, like, not eaten because I think that I don't deserve it. Because I wasted any amount of food. Recently I broke out of that because I have dropped a lot of food at times, and I honestly just need to keep myself healthy. There was at one point where my family literally said, "You literally look like death," so I started eating. It's not because of that reason specifically, I just needed to be a healthier me. I knew I did. You are uncomfortably close to the back of my head. I'm getting in a defensive position as we speak. I know. Food. And in this house, we're all a bunch of foodies. So, like, food is important. I love to savor the flavor, and my wife loves to just pork it down. But she enjoys it nonetheless. Like, I personally am the type of person who just sits there and I chew on it and I taste it and I'm like, oh, this is good. But I eat it, you know, and I eat it pretty well. Too. Like Subway sandwiches, I have a specific one that I make that is the best for me. It goes, and, you know, anyone out there who finds this and wants to replicate my recipe, by all means do, because I'm telling you, this sandwich, damn good. You basically start with turkey, rotisserie chicken, you put bacon, if you eat bacon. Some people don't actually eat pork. Some Christians don't eat pork. I know I shouldn't. But I mean, bacon. And then you put on pepper jack cheese for an add of spiciness. And I do like spicy because I'm getting to that. You put on lettuce, black olives, because the chicken and everything, it'll even out the taste of the black olives. Trust me, you'll understand exactly what I mean. And because it evens it out, you'll get this different taste that's absolutely delicious. And then you go for jalapenos and your choice of sauce. I usually go with mayo and or barbecue sauce, but I have been known to put on different things, sweet and sour. I might be missing something. But, generally speaking, I think I have an eye for taste when it comes to these types of things. And food is my favorite thing to experiment with, so, like, I spend a lot of time cooking. Next time I make spaghetti, next time I knead the dough, I'll put a little bit of this or a little bit of that extra or non-extra. Just to see what it does to the food. Like, I'm curious. I should probably be a good chef at some point, but people's idea of a good chef is to do things fast. I like doing things perfect, experimenting, and then using the best type of flavor. I'm so sorry, I'll look at your comments in a moment. I get distracted real easy, especially by food and games. It's not all that's a part of my life, though. I've made it a point to work out vigorously, so I am still constantly getting beefier and beefier. Other than that, the Subway sandwich I get all the time has turkey, American cheese. American cheese isn't bad, but the only reason I do pepper jack, and I really shouldn't do cheese at all, I'm actually allergic to dairy products. I spend most of my time drinking soy or almond milk. I only recently found out soy was actually not that bad anymore, because I grew up and we could only afford the powdered stuff. That's that point in my life where I said I would never be broke again. And lo and behold, I don't have to be. But I drank powdered soy. Oh, continue on American cheese and pickles on Italian bread. Italian urban cheese bread? Because I personally enjoy some Italian urban cheese. That's the bread that I get whenever I have my sandwich. I really should not eat cheese. I just could. I used to work my first ever job at a gas station. And, I would often use my money specifically to buy ice cream, which I had breathing issues with. The day that I found out I had breathing issues when it came to dairy, and that I actually started getting worse and worse allergies to, is I had no more soda to drink. And I have a really fast metabolism, so you don't have to worry about the whole soda thing, and I've never once had a kidney stone, so, you know, no soda thing. I probably would have had I drank a lot of tea. Where was I going with this? Basically, no reason to worry about the soda. But I didn't have soda that day, so I started drinking a gallon of milk. And I was like, I'm having trouble getting the burps out. I'm having trouble breathing here. Maybe I should drink more milk. And it kept going like that until the gallon of milk was gone and I was on the floor in the worst pain imaginable, just trying to get a good breath in or two. Until I finally realized, wait a minute, it might be the milk. And that was literally like only 4 years ago. Maybe. So I have been kind of torturing myself my entire life with milk. I just didn't know it. That's crazy. I used to be allergic to dairy. The allergy seems to have gone away, which gave me a lot of opportunities for trying other things. I still drink soy milk, though. Regular milk is awful. Regular milk is awful. I'm not really sure. Literally, I never drank milk. It was only because I had nothing else to drink that I started drinking it, and that's the only reason I realized. Are you around the age of 35? Because it actually dissipates. The allergy to milk and stuff, it dissipates around that age, and then around your 60s, it just disappears altogether. Never to be seen again. Because it'll come back after 35 or so on. I don't know if it lasts for like a year or what's good with it, but it's something in us that makes us allergic to it, apparently. If we are allergic to it, 20 years old, the allergy went away years ago. I don't remember when. Have you by any chance been using some of that allergy drink stuff, so you like drink it and you don't have an allergic reaction to milk or dairy products? Because I've been meaning to try it. If no, you know, it's cool. Just kind of curious. Seriously. Allergy went away at 20. Wish that was the case for me. It got worse for me, so. If I drink any, now I'll definitely end up on the floor. It doesn't have to be too much. I even eat dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate. I get the legit cocoa. Like right now, I'm eating a pistachio chocolate bar, dark chocolate bar. I'm not gonna lie, they aren't wrong. It tastes delicious, but then you taste something else, and because of all of that, everything else tastes kind of like poison. I feel like it is like legit rich, very, very rich stuff. Not for like rich people, but just rich in flavor, way too rich. I hope I'm not overloading you. I do enjoy talking. That's a move you have not seen before. Just to mix things up. My bad. I rarely ever use extra moves on other people. I just stick to the usual, yeah. I don't think so. I remember having some kind of spray bottle that had a liquid I would spray in my mouth daily. I don't remember what it was or what it did. Maybe that stuff helped with the allergy. If it did, I need to order some. Too bad I have no idea what it is. People literally can't stop eating or drinking something so much that they literally had to make a whole thing to stop allergies from happening for a minute so that they could put something in their body that their body doesn't want. Honestly, I think in some form or another we're all a little allergic to milk, or like, you know, our bodies would be allergic to something like meat if we weren't supposed to eat it, you know? Maybe. I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure why I've been playing the entirety of this. I was actually gonna quit after a moment and move on to some of the cooler aspects of the game, but I just got entranced by the easy-to-use playstyle, because you don't even have to get close to the enemy. I don't know if you noticed. If you go back through this, I have not taken a single... I don't think I've taken any damage whatsoever throughout all of this. Some allergies out there are really dangerous. I knew someone who was allergic. Well, I just took damage to strawberries when she ate one. She then had only 10 minutes to live. I agree. Thankfully for me, my allergy has never been that bad. Otherwise, I would have been dead by now. Just talking straight with you. I would have straight up died. 'Cause, come on, ice cream. Like, who doesn't get globs and spoonfuls and just shovel it into their face? You can't be human if you don't. It's ice cream. It's so good. But then they started making non-dairy ice cream. And honestly, it changed my world. Cashew milk? They're literally making ice cream out of nuts. Like, I don't know if you've had any salted caramel, non-dairy ice cream, but oh my gosh. That cashew milk that they used was absolutely amazing for it. Like, I wouldn't have had anything else. You prefer sugar. Or probably pronounced differently by you. I only assume this. A lot of people just call it sorbet. I'd call it sherbet. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know if that's the actual name. But you know, sherbet is not bad either. There was a point in time I did not like it at all, actually. I remember that. He appeared in the place where I usually take him out at. I know 3 different pronunciations. Sorbet, sherbet, and sorbet. I have no idea which one is correct. I think we're all on that same page then as well. I think we need like a literal person who made the dictionary to just drop in and be like, yeah, it's actually pronounced this way. And that's coming from me. When I was in school, literally my favorite thing to do was, specifically, my favorite thing was always learning language, understanding words, how it's spelled, the differences between there, and there. Some of the stuff I learned because online can be a cruel place. And somewhere along the lines, I actually just gave up caring what the internet thinks because they don't know me anymore. All the insults that probably could have gotten to me years ago, they just don't anymore because I am very just straight confident in who I am. I've had a lot of time and a lot of ways to experience life, and in that time. Here, let's do this. English classes were my favorite. I did better at those than any other class. Same. Especially better than math. English literature, anything that you can call it that has to deal with learning words and forever keeping those words in mind. That's why I regret not reading a lot of books these days. I feel like my speech is really gone, because I look back at old videos that I used to do and I had so much more of a colorful vocabulary other than shit and fuck. Makes me feel kind of pitiful about myself. And nobody can make me upset at me more than I can. Doesn't matter what they say. Because if they're already saying what my brain is saying, there's nothing that can be done about that. So imagine you have like a friend or something and they're like, you act as if you just fresh got out of school and you don't know many words. Like, that is not a good insult. A friend just says, hey, stupid. You'd be like, I know. That's all I need to know is that I am stupid. Because mentally, you already know you're not stupid. You're just lacking in the education that you used to have, which could be easily gotten. You just need to read books and keep up with literature and metaphors and various other terms and slang that the internet uses these days, and people themselves, kids. What did you just do there? Was something supposed to happen? I just saw the screen go white. Oh, that was her compass basically making the Skull Kid vulnerable to attacks, and he was like, what's that? Why is that a thing? And she's basically like, I don't really know, but it basically shows proof that she is the legendary hero. Ganon's got to be one of... Well, this is Ganondorf. Ganon is the mindless beast. Well, Ganondorf is literally the Gerudo King guy. And he's got some of my favorite powers out of all the characters. He'll... Hang on, let me just go to him real quick. If you go to the badge market and the attack badge, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one. Yes, this is the one. Basically, actually, if I wanted to, I could just... So with this one, he basically produces a hand out of the ground that pulls everything in a general radius around you towards you, and then smacks a giant wave of energy away. People call me old too, but that's only because I only use slang and stuff to know my enemy. And just because I say the word enemy tagged onto that, it does not mean necessarily that somebody is my enemy and that I have to know them. It is literally a way for me to say, basically, I just have to know things that other people know, so I'm on an equal playing ground with them, you know. We all have to be right there, basically. I'm actually be right back. I gotta hit the, you go ahead and you just keep saying things. I'll be right back. Hello. I did not know that this was on. Well then. I guess sometimes I feel the same. Why does it say I've only been live for 9 minutes? What is that about? It hasn't just been 9 minutes, has it? There's no way. What? A little less than an hour. That's still, still a bit, though. You know, I have to wonder. What do you think their issue is? Lee and them. Like, why do you think they do the things that they do, or they say the things that they say? Is there like a point to it? At least to them. You just have to wonder these things. A little less than an hour. I probably did start 2 hours ago. It feels like it's been 2 hours. I did start around 6, yeah. Did you only just get the notification, like, recently when you saw? I did have 3 of those bones. I shouldn't have used them. It's beyond my understanding as well. Like, I'm not worried about them, but I'm worried for them in some way or another. Maybe I shouldn't be, and maybe it doesn't necessarily involve me mentally, but I just think about it like this. I got no notification, actually. I just got in YouTube and saw you were live and thought I'd tune in. It's much appreciated. I've got, this is the game I've been playing recently because it's just the best one for me. I just kind of enjoy this one. Besides, it gives me a chance to sit and talk with any of the new people that want to join in and say hello, you know. I don't wish anything bad on those guys. I think they talk out their ass and that they say a bunch of things that they don't mean for the reaction of it, and honestly, I'm sure they think that they're funny. I think that they think because they've got each other backing. I think there's literally only two people. Is everybody Elite? I don't know. Everybody on Team Fortress 2 I don't know. Could be. I'm not worried about it. I'm still going to play my games. I'm still going to play Team Fortress 2. I don't generally go on public servers anyway. I tend to play man versus machine. It's honestly the most fun for me. I try to use man versus machine as a way to, well, I'm attempting to get Australians so that I can sell them for actual money. Basically, I'm all about making money, and then eventually, when I feel comfortable, I'll give games and stuff away on YouTube specifically. But, I try to help people that are homeless. I try to give people money when I see them on the streets. We go out times, and I throw money their way because it is a Jesus thing to do, you know? You've got to follow in his footsteps. So money... Why was I talking about money? Oh. I want to be more charitable towards the audience as well. That's why I was talking about that. Why did I start talking about being charitable towards the audience? Who knows? I'm confused. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you again. Link is very loud. Oh, is he? I couldn't hear. Let me just move the microphone closer to my actual face. Link is very loud. I'm also like putting my head to the side trying to see the chat I've got on the other screen, so every single time I just go ahead and I look over there, I'm moving my entire face away from the microphone. So I've always struggled with streams and stuff. If there's one thing oh, there it is. Hit the chicken. All you need to do is hit it once, and then it takes a minute for it to go away, but it'll follow you. Oh, maybe this one's not the one that follows, or maybe it needs a little bit more incentive. Oh, there it is. It's upset now. Beware of the Kukoa's counterattack. I don't see him just yet, but I assume it's coming. The frame rate and the gameplay and everything. I've got this game turned up to its maximum settings so that it looks great. There they are. As they start spawning in around you. There it is. I've already become too powerful for the Kukoas. But if you go into one of the legendary or hero moded maps, these things are disturbingly intense about making sure that they get a peck in before you're even able to move. And because there are so many of them, they can surround you instantly and force you into an entire cutscene of just being peckified. But this is like very easy. This one's the hardest one to defeat. And if you get onto a hero mode, see, like that. They usually all move together too, so it's horrible. You mentioned some stuff about TF2, man versus machine, and things about money. Could you say that again? So, along the lines of man versus machine, I want to use that. Oh, the man versus machine thing. I like to play Team Fortress 2, but I usually only play things like man versus machine, or when I'm feeling bored, I'll play a match or two and see if I've gotten rusty yet. With this computer, the answer to that is no. I got 240 FPS on a computer that I bought for my wife that's actually way better than the one that I currently have, so, I mean, I built my computer. It's got the sentimentality of my first ever build, and I have upgraded, but mostly RAM and stuff, you know. We haven't had this point in life where everybody's making money in the house, so now that everybody's making money in the house, we have this whole thing where I'm actually able to get some things, and I think a computer will probably be next on the list at some point. But this is her computer, and it's got such a smooth go to it. So when I played Team Fortress 2, and I played some CSGO, I was top of the leaderboard, and it was heavenly. Just the best. I play almost exclusively with training bots. I enjoy myself more when I'm not against people that will insult you or try their very best to tick you off. Bots don't do that. It's perfect. Very true, and usually whenever you're in man versus machine, nobody's really aggressive towards you. You can... look, if they're a team and they've got themselves down, one person doing some stupid-ass stuff does not matter. I used to deliberately pick sniper just to show people that I'm actually good at it, so that they would be upset a little bit. They'd be like, okay, but you're still playing sniper, blah blah blah, this or that. I don't know, it was fun to me. But now, honestly, I just ask whatever the team needs, because I want them to be able to... I'm currently doing a thing where I'm trying to fund the ability to play more man versus machine by winning an Australium, so that I can sell it for money to get more tickets, which I've got a website that sells them half price. That is, like 59 cents. And only I know that website, and I will never share. But I can absolutely understand not wanting to play with people. It might, honestly... I did not check anything. The reason I played this map was for a ferry. And I've got to hit those little brown vases, not the red ones or the yellow ones. I've got to hit specifically the brown ones, and then I get a ferry from it. So as you can see, the treasure there is a ferry. And it's usually the first one that you get, a light ferry, and it's supposed to be a thing, but... I decided to be stupid and not get it. But I'm sure you can see I've got my work cut out for me, earning all of the clothing here, and the weapons for Link, and Zelda here. That's Ganon, he's got the pitchfork. She gets a disc. This one is the horse or the fairy. This one is the Wind Waker item. And that is Linkle. She gets the boots of electricity. This might be the horse. This is the horse. This is the fairy. Or that's the gauntlets over there. Who knows, but You know, I think I'm honestly gonna head off for a bit too. The stream was fun while it lasted. I hope you enjoy your food. I hope anybody else who watches this in the future enjoys whatever it is that they're doing right now. And that being said, I'm going to either grind this game some more or give my wife a break from all that she's doing. But that being said, if you see the other comments that like drop through, that say all of that crap stuff that's really rude, just ignore it. It doesn't matter too much. Nobody was ever hurt by words. That being said, goodbye, and in case I don't see you again, good night. Well, I hope you have a good life. If I don't see you again, I hope you have a good life. That being said, this is Inklers once again signing off. Peace out. You take care too, Bag.